static buzz, voices screaming, it never was. Truth so cheap in the neon haze, lies for breakfast, rage all day. Turn it louder, drown the lies, feel the fire burn the skies. Tune in, lock up, Rich is live. Tune in, lock up, feel the drive. Rich saves America, it's time to thrive. Tune in, lock up, Rich is live. Steel towers shake, the signal breaks, static whispers, words at stake. The wolves in suits, their fangs in deep, but we won't bow, we won't sleep. Turn it louder, drown the lies, feel the fire burn the skies. Tune in, lock up, Rich is live. Tune in, lock up, feel the drive. Rich saves America, it's time to thrive. Tune in, lock up, Rich is live.
All right. Welcome to Goof on Tonight. I'm your host, Rich G. It's August 2025. We're going to give away 10 memberships tonight. Show. Glad you could be here. That's right. 10 memberships will be given away tonight. You can become a Goof On member tonight, and tomorrow you can become Rich the Redeemer membershipper tomorrow. But tonight we're going to give away those 10 at 8 o'clock, right at the top of the hour, in 56 minutes and change. So make sure you're here. It's a random selection. It only lasts 1 month, the membership. You have to continue the subscription if you want. And that's that. So tonight, what I want to talk about, and I think we need to, because in 2027, if this alien ship is true and something is heading this way, shouldn't we be prepared? Shouldn't there be some sort of global awareness? People don't get it. They said a large UFO is heading this way slowly and will be here in 2027. You know, if the Hulk was alive, he would say something like,
"And what you gonna do when the aliens come for you, brother? When you got 250 million Hulkamaniacs out there, brother."
250? Yeah, the other 100 million are pushies. You know who you are.
Let me tell you something, brother.
I might get my throat back. You know, I haven't thrown up. Sunday will be 2 weeks. The record's 18 days. If I can make it to next Thursday without puking or getting sick, could have a record for the last 5 years. 4 and change. That's a good thing. I think this sickness is finding its way out of me. And let me tell you really quick, it was most likely, nobody knows the overall truth, why this happened, but it had to be because my diabetes, my was not under control. I was usually around 350, 300 for your glucose levels. I got it down to 250, 300, but the damage was done. I went 10 years, probably my whole life, with it unchecked. Still, my body produces insulin. And anyway, to make a long story short, I've only had to give myself one shot in a week of insulin. So my body still produces it. And for some reason, it's staying normal. And I have not been sick as much. And, after you go through all of this stuff for years with 15 visits to the hospital, and they tell you, we think it's vaping, so you quit vaping. Still happens. Well, you think it might be the weed. Stop the weed for a month. No, you got to do it longer than a month. I'm like, it's not the weed. Right? So, still smoking. I did quit vaping officially. I quit for 8 months, and then I tried it again a few weeks ago, and I got sick 4 days after doing it. It was pretty bad, but just for 4 hours, and I didn't throw up. That was the first time that's ever happened where I had all the symptoms of the illness but didn't throw up. Anyway, just letting you know, because I'd like to get on a schedule and keep it there. And if we can stay healthy, we can do this the right way. And it does include vertical streams, yes. I hate vertical streams. I really do. As a channel creator, or whatever the hell I am, it seems fake. Because the views are bullshit when you go vertical. So we had 94,000 views on Rich Saves America 2 nights ago at 10 o'clock at night in the vertical stream. So I did it last night in the vertical stream. 30,000. Why? Why so little? Same time. Why 2/3 less? And then I look at the amount of time people are watching. 25 seconds. Because when I do a vertical stream, it goes into the shorts. So if you go to shorts, sometimes you'll see live shows pop up, and you're like, what the hell? That's what it is. That's what they do. They put us into that section with the shorts. So every swipe is somebody who just was, not interested. Then if they watch, those 25 seconds are usually the time allotted to watch the screen without clicking on it, because then it'll go dark and it'll ask you, do you want to continue watching? Click here. 25 seconds, 90,000 people, but the average view time on a 1-hour show is 25 seconds. And when the show ended, there were no comments. So you get all these views, and we got 100 subscribers, but did it do the job? Did we get the message out there? I don't know. Guys. But over here on Goof On, we're going to keep it traditional, but every Wednesday we're going to go vertical. So I may do it every Friday. I'll tell you why. Friday is the slowest day of the week for videos going live. It's been that way from day one. So maybe I'll do it starting next Friday on Goof On. Well, Wednesday I do interviews, so I have to change it. Yeah, Jeff Willis will be on next week again. I don't know. Somebody else will be too, I think. But tonight, man. I don't like what I'm seeing in ufology. What's that? That's right. Well, let's do a little roll call then. All right, calm down. Philip Swain, everybody. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen, welcome. Metalhead, welcome. Philip Swain, welcome. Who's this guy? Newfie Weather Guy. I too have type 2 diabetes at 47. Some days are better than others. Stay well, Rich. Well, please do yourself a favor. Get it under control. I swear to God, you think you're going to be okay. And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be at the point of no return. It happened. Just... Anyway, all the best. Thanks for hanging out. Glenn Collins, how you doing, man? The only thing that's coming into our skies will be a giant long bullshit cloud. That's if all is, on the end, and you don't think they would have done it back in 1943, so it's all propaganda. Welcome to the show. You got that right, buddy. Brian Yates, everybody. What do you say, Beza? I feel so much better being off the medicine that I've been taking. Diet and exercise and meditation. Sleep and diet. I swear to Christ. I did that for 30 years and I felt great. I never was sick. When COVID came, I stopped working out altogether for a couple years. And my body, the diabetes is literally eating my muscles. And I saw a picture of myself. I looked like I was 75 years old. It's amazing. Now I don't. Now I look like I'm 40, 35. Very happy. You just got to do it. And it's hard. It's the hardest thing. Hey, Majestic 12. How you doing? Christopher V. What's up, everybody? McGurk 72. What's up? Brooke is. Hi, Willie One Kenobi. How you doing again? Good to see you. Tacey Hill, is that you? Good to see you. No Jeanette. No, hey, Jan. Sorry. No Jeanette, no Samo, no Kelly. And who else we usually see here? David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Thor usually comes. Those guys might be here. How's everybody doing? Hi, Jan. Jan. I didn't see your picture yet. Well, thank you all for hanging out. So let's get started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we have a lot of show to do. True, as always. Well, okay. So, I always like to read and watch the things that people say in this field. I like to analyze what they say. People who have meaning and that people who some of us may listen to. Like, I know a lot of you don't like Corbell or Knapp. Now, quite frankly, I could care less anymore, but they get information you and I can't get. So it's imperative I listen to them and disseminate their information, which is what we do here. Now, I know a lot of you work. You don't have time to go around the internet all day, all week, looking for things that are going on in the field, which is what we're trying to do. All right? We're trying to disseminate what people are saying, if anything at all. Does it mean anything? Is there a secret message within the message? Well, I doubt it. In this situation, Stephen Greenstreet, Stephen Greenstreet on X. He says Tim Phillips, you guys know Tim Phillips, right? Says a U.S. nuclear retaliatory missile site reported multiple UFOs over the facility. And that Arrow immediately flew out a team of scientists to investigate. I don't remember this. They were able to identify the UFOs. Wait, they were? Hold on. They were. Oh, I got to take a drink real quick. They were then able to identify the UFOs, it says. And then Philip says, we've developed a team where if we had an incident, especially at a sensitive site, overnight, using commercial air. We'll get a team of scientists and military operators carrying cases full of imaging equipment. We'll get them on a plane overnight and try to capture whatever that incident was in near real time so we can understand it. And we've had some really great success doing that. Really? He goes on. We had an incident at one of our nuclear retaliatory missile sites. So it was at a very sensitive place. We started getting the images, and our scientists recognize the UFOs as glint coming off of a satellite. You know what glint is? Like a flash of light that just glinted off something reflective. Our scientists recognize the UFOs as glint coming off of a satellite. And it was actually some of the Elon Musk stuff. That was the source. Green Street. Oh, the SpaceX satellites? Yeah, Philip says, exactly. That's what they were picking up. But what we were able to do is get out there in the field, image it, and work with the security on site. And by the way, here's a computer program where you can model it yourself and we can help educate. Green Street says, so there was a secret base. Let me get this straight, he says. And they were seeing UFOs in the sky at this base, this nuclear facility. What's interesting here is you have military professionals seeing something, not knowing what it is, and needing to call on you guys. So you guys come in there and you point out it's just Elon Musk's satellite in the sky, right? Is that what you're telling me? Philip says, we did. And it was also the International Space System coming up over the horizon. Green Street, right. A lot of those UFO claims, some of them have come from highly trained Navy pilots and military personnel who are looking at something they don't understand. It seems weird, but in this case, it was just satellites. Phillips, yeah, it was. And we were able to give them tools. And one of the things that we're doing now is we're actually doing a procurement, trying to get some of these hyperspectral cameras in the hands of the force protection specialists out there that these sensitive sites so they can capture it in real time. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. This is crazy. What is Green Street is trying to say? What you mean to tell me they had to call you to find out if it was Elon Musk's satellites? Are you freaking nuts? How stupid are we? Stupid is as stupid wants. And in this case, Phillips was the deputy director and acting director of Aero from October 23 to April 25. He retired after 48 years of government service. This guy's a bootlicker. He'll do whatever it takes, whatever they want, however you want it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a yes man. I don't trust yes men. Yes men do everything they're told without question. I want you to go murder somebody. Yeah. No problem. What time? Where? No questions asked. It's just business. Don't trust them. You can trust them, but don't trust them. Well, this is a very strange situation. I just like how, we thought it was a UFO, but it was just a satellite. How do they not know? This is what doesn't make sense. Does that sound like it makes sense to you? A U.S. nuclear retaliatory missile site. Government, Army, protection, government, SEAL Team 6, I don't freaking know. Whatever they are, know. How do they not know? How do they not know? Makes no sense. Something's wrong with this picture. I'll tell you why. Because there really was a UFO, probably. And they don't want to discuss that. Deny, deny, deny. Just like the river in the Nile. What? That it's true. Never happened. It was just a glint of light. It was a glint off the satellite. Yeah, the UFOs as glint coming off of a satellite, it said. That we just started getting images and our scientists recognized the UFOs as glint coming off of a satellite. You know what that is, right? You've seen these many, many times. When Jeff Willis was on, I've showed you mine. A ball of light, and then it gets bright, and then it goes dim. That's it. This is an amazing... Is this disinfo? I guess it's misinfo. It could be used as both. I would have to say disinfo. Or that. You see what I did there? Stupid, I know. This is what bothers me about this field. These are the people we're supposed to look up to, and they're just boldly lying. Like, they're not going to research it. They're not going to know. And even if they did know, who cares? We're the government. We do whatever we want for the protection, for the safety of this country. Amen to that, brother. But if somebody dies on your dime, I want to know who did it. All right. That's another thing, my peeps. Can we talk really brief about this? Out of all of the abductions that have been talked about and reported, and all the UFO sightings and all the supposed evidence and everything that's going on, nobody has died. Sure, people have got claims of radiation sickness, bloppity bloop. Other than the guy with, the guy who got killed but got in a fight with aliens. What was his name? The guy who went down in the dump and then, he killed himself, apparently. Well, anyway, it's not like people are getting killed by aliens. So tomorrow, I'm doing some real journalism for the channel, this channel. And I may go live while I'm doing it. I don't know. But I'm going to, I don't want to say where, but I'm going to a place tomorrow in a big city. And I'm going to be asking people about this, the drone situation. I'm going to ask about if they heard about the UFO coming here by 2027. If, what do you think about that? And do you believe that the aliens walk amongst us? I'm actually going to make a sign that says, what was I going to put on it? Hold on, I got it right here. I told somebody what I want to put on it. Let's see. I said I wanted to say, ay, ay, ay. What's wrong with me? God. Okay. Deport illegal aliens. But I'm going to have a picture of an alien, just the gray head at the beginning of that comment and at the end. Deport illegal aliens. And then I will be wearing my green oversized alien mask. I know what you're saying. Stupid. No. You know why I'm doing it that way? Because shock and awe garners attention. People will be curious. They've never seen anything like it. I'm going to be out there, with all my gear on, the alien mask. I'm going to be wearing something that, that'll cover up everything but my eyes. And I'll be wearing glasses underneath because I can wear glasses. This is a big mask. It's an oversized mask. You guys have seen me use it on the show. It's in the car, so I wouldn't forget it. But I want to know what you know. I want to know what the public knows. 4 years ago, we went to California and walking on the pier somewhere, I forget what it's called, asking people if they know what a UAP is. And only one guy got it right out of half a dozen people we asked, but some people were like, does that have to do with the aliens attacking? Are we being attacked by aliens? And I'm like, that's what people heard back then. Remember Eleganzo and everybody was talking about aliens possibly coming to attack. And that was when Greer's like, no, that's a lie. And now all of a sudden they're away from it. Now it's a big UFO coming to, well, what kind of UFO? We don't know. See, and this is what scares me. I don't know if it's a UFO. None of us do. But what if it's an asteroid? I want backup. Do we have any backup astronomers that have found this object and are able to describe what it is? Something that's that far away. See, they're even saying we don't even have time to set a rocket up to deflect it. If it was an asteroid. Am I talking about the right one? I don't know. Anyway, I'm talking about Atlas 31. Yeah, that's Atlas 31, I think. Whatever. Now look at the confusion. We've got all this stuff going on with this Atlas thing. We've got a UFO coming in 27. And maybe, oh my God, do not waste your precious time watching the new War of the Worlds. It might be the worst movie I've seen in a decade. It's bad. It is so poorly done. It looks like it was made on a laptop, number one, which isn't bad. Third Phase does it that way, right? Secondly, the acting sucked. Thirdly, the premise was so weak and so ridiculous. And I am going to talk about it real quick. Because they give this guy, now here's the funny thing, this guy, black guy, super smart black guy, works for NSA, right? He's defending the country against terrorism, domestic or global. He gets a call from a friend of his. She's like, are you seeing this weather in London? And now, mind you, this is the year 2025 where he has access to satellites, drones, weapons, cars, all cameras in Teslas, banks, traffic, satellites. He was checking up on his family, seeing what his ex-wife was doing, watching his one kid that he can't take care of because he's so busy working, saving the country all day and night against terrorists, domestic or whatever. But he has time to see his kid purchase $250 at GameStop. So he goes into the kid's account and cancels it from work. Like, totally illegal, everything this guy's doing. You need a warrant to go into anybody's phone. Kids over 18. It was so stupid. He's taking control over satellites. He's taking control over everything. Street lights, hanging up on other people's calls, listening in to people when they're driving. He just picks a car on the satellite and he can hear everything as it's driving down the freeway at 50 miles an hour. What do you mean I got to put eggs on for 2 minutes? And then he's like signaling to other cars to see what people are saying, looking for terrorists. So now we can be listened to everywhere we go, watched everywhere we go, which is kind of true with all the cameras everywhere you go when you leave your home, but not on purpose like this guy's unlawfully doing. I had to turn the movie off. It was so stupid. These things were coming in, right? And then, I mean, it's all moving at a fast pace. So you don't really know anything at all. You just know this guy's pretty much a prick. He's obsessed about his family. They're divorced from his wife. He seems to be on edge all the time. He's known as the angry guy. And yet this is the mentally stable black man that's saving the world from aliens now. Because, he's one of those savants, kind of like in that TV series, The Boys, where the actual superhero, the power of this superhero is the smartest person in the world. And it's a black girl who looks like Lakeisha. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm the smartest person in the world. Because, he goes, so you're the smartest woman in the world? No, I'm the smartest person in the world. That's her superpowers. Being reasonable and smart. I didn't make the show, but it's funny. So anyway, and that's what they did in this movie. They give this unstable guy the ability to save the world by being unlawful and reckless with his job and everything. Just like Lou Eliganzo, probably, right? That's what it reminded me of. Like Eliganzo was able to come into the UFO community, fake friend us, and then pull up all of our history secretively. You don't think he went and saw my shitty credit? You don't think he went and have somebody to look all that shit up on all of us to see what dirt they can get us on if we go against them? Hey, I'm not suicidal, so if I go missing or I wind up dead with 2 in the back and 1 in the front, it wasn't me. I'm not saying anything else other than, it could be somebody whose name rhymes with poo. Could be. Take out Giordano for how much? I'll do it for free. But this is the movie that they're trying to say. And as I'm watching this new War of the Worlds, I keep going back to the Tom Cruise one that came out in 2012, I believe. And I hated that movie after the halfway point. But what that movie did so well with Tom Cruise is they gave you suspense. What is this? And one of the best scenes in movie history is in that movie when the ground opens up outside that cathedral in Boston and the thing comes up out of the ground and then starts just wasting people. That didn't happen in this movie. This movie, rocks came in as asteroids. They were just all of a sudden coming out. Mind you, there were lightning storms going on. Then all of a sudden an asteroid invasion starts hitting the world all over. And then a reporter gets up close to one of these round-looking spheres. I don't understand why it didn't break up. What's this? She's touching it. It's cold. Oh, then all of a sudden, and it breaks open like an egg. And out, comes some creature and stands up tall and she's dead, right? And then, but here's the kicker. She was on the phone with her friend. Then the phone got disconnected because she got blown backwards when the egg opened up. he dials into a satellite that is above her because he got the coordinates off of her phone. So he gets the satellite, zooms in, and is watching everything as if it was on his TV from the satellite. And he's sitting there going, no, get out of there, run. And he's watching from a satellite. High def, 4K, you can't miss anything. And he watches his friend get murdered. You know how hard it is to get access to those satellites and drones? You got to go through a judge sometimes. You just don't have that whimsical? Can't just go haphazardly clicking on shit and spying on family members and people. Anyway, I know it's the movies, but it was so bad I turned it off. I couldn't stand it. It was so stupid. It was the dumbest. It was dumb. I don't even have anything else to say. So here's something very funny. And I tell you, this reminds me of the movie. Dutch aerospace engineer, we may have spoken about this, Dr. Vermeeren. Where do people come up with this stuff? He says NHI prevents us from using nukes. How, pray tell? How? What are they doing? Let's hear what he says. There's video, actually. This is unbelievable what we get thrown into in this field. So much bullshit. There's never any evidence. It's all a bunch of claims, and nothing ever comes to fruition. Ever, fuckers. Wait till 2027. You're going to be here on December 31st. 3, 2. I can't believe there's no UFO. Happy New Year, assholes.
De apparaten gingen uit, dus 1 en 1 was wel 2. Dan denk je, nou ja, dat kan dus een keer gebeuren. Maar dit is tientallen keren gebeurd in die tijd. Over heel Amerika, maar ook Rusland, ook in Engeland is dat gebeurd. Dus dat was een heel groot probleem voor die Amerikanen. Dat ze hun wapens niet meer konden lanceren. Dat is heel goed uitgezocht. En er zijn mensen van Boeing bijgehaald, hè, want die raketten werden door Boeing geleverd. En die Robert Sellers was daarvoor verantwoordelijk. Nou ja, die heeft dat uiteraard heel zijn leven voor een heel groot gedeelte geheim gehouden. Totdat hij dacht van, nou ja, dit verhaal moet toch een keer verteld worden. Hij geeft daar lezingen over, een boek over geschreven. En ja, ik heb hem ontmoet met zijn vrouw in Florence. En dan krijg je natuurlijk al die verhalen eromheen. En je kunt hem vragen stellen van, ja, hoe was het in die tijd? Je zat onder de grond, hoe ging dat? Wat was je verantwoordelijkheid? Wat zat je de hele tijd te doen? En wat is er...
Stupid. This is so stupid. Did you see what he said? He says Robert Salas was responsible. Here, I'll turn him off. I'll read it. Yeah, this will be better. How do you turn this jagoff off? Here we go. Yeah, Robert Salas was responsible for it. Of course, this is what bothers me right here. Of course, he kept it secret for a long time until he thought his story should be told. Hey, Stephen Karn. See what I mean? What? Look, I know what you guys are thinking. He couldn't talk about it back then because it could have put people's lives in danger. You know, back then it was, things were happening. But now he can talk about it. No, I don't like that at all. I don't like it. Until he thought his story should be told. Now, those are very specific words. Not until he figured out his story can be told. If he said it that way, it might be different meaning. But until he thought this story should be told? Well, why shouldn't it have been told way back when? He gave lectures and wrote a book about it. I met him and his wife in Florence. And of course, you'll hear all those stories around and you can ask him questions like, how was it in those days? Were you underground? How did it go? What was your responsibility? Were you doing all the time over there? And what happened after the incident? Well, they were all debriefed. They were put under pressure. They weren't allowed to talk about it. They didn't even have to report it. Because then it's documented. Then it was stored. Then someone could still find it, So that was a very big problem. So apparently he wasn't allowed to. He was given orders to not talk. Okay. And what has been distilled from that by the researchers is that your mother's ass. Yes, listen, and it's even literally said by NHI to people that you may no longer use that technology. The reason why is that the nuclear detonations just don't work in our space, but also in space time. Wait, what? So the NHI is telling us that nukes don't work in their space, he said, but also in space time. See, they don't work in our space. Does that mean space, like our space? Or does that mean our personal space? Does that mean my planet? But also in space time. This is so confusing. To me, that it doesn't make sense. Space time? Nukes don't work in space time. I don't get it. That's a piece of physics we don't fully understand. Yeah, I don't either. And but where all technology functions in, so the physics part of it has to do with it, and that reverberates in their world as well. Oh, so this is what Greer was talking about. When we detonate a nuke, the reverberations not only are felt in this reality, but in the multiple dimensions it can reach within. See, that I don't know if it's a possibility or can be true, but I call bullshit on that. I think that's a loophole into a convenient answer that cannot and will not be proven. He says it reverberates. So when it exploded for the first time on this planet, officially it was back in 1945, the nuclear weapons of the Americans, first in the desert of New Mexico and later on Japan, then they were like, good heavens. Not only do they kill each other, they have weapons that are very good for that purpose, so that are literally very dangerous. Planetary suicide. They have elementary, yes. But that rocket technology was, of course, not much back then, especially not if you compare it with anti-gravity vehicles, but they have rockets. They can go into space that mix together. Wait, what? Especially not if you compare it with anti-gravity vehicles, but they have rockets. They can go into space, the rockets, that mix together. I always call it's just like young boys during New Year's Eve who are like, we're going to blow up a bus stop because we can. No, that's not what we did. We blew up mailboxes. Anyway, you see, tell me something we haven't heard. We know all this. We've heard this story many a night. And that's the thing, guys. They're not telling us anything new. What do you think is going to happen next? Really, what do you think is going to happen next? I have an answer. I don't know if it's the right one. But I think 2027, and I'm not fear-mongering. I'm not that type of dude. But it feels like it could be the end of days. A reset. I think when we find the matches to the explosives, is that how they say it? I think it's happened all these times in history. which is why they send flying meteors, exploding volcanoes, super tsunamis, among disease and COVID to this planet to reset, to make us go back to the Stone Age, to start over. Make it very hard. They don't want us getting off the planet and going interstellar. Once any species, and I mean anyone, and this is just my opinion, but I feel any species, no matter where it is in the cosmos, any species that has the ability to do what we do to each other with the weapons that we have, and if it is true and they can go interdimensionally affecting other universes by just exploding one, and we're the only ones that use it to kill, the only species, remember I talked about it yesterday, we're supposedly the only species in existence that does what we do. They're going to reset us. But you know what? You can take that shit out of the human, but you can't take the human out of the shit. So you do, let's say you reset. You reset, right? 9 billion people almost off the planet. We'll say 8. 8 billion people die off, maybe a billion left spread out worldwide. Let's go with 500 million. Let's go with the Georgia Guidestone. 500 million people on the planet. Okay? It's the same assholes that were there before you blew it up. Right, Rich. But now everything and all those factories and all that stuff, they're all blown up. You don't have the means to create this shit for a long time. Really? You know how smart humans are? See, it doesn't make sense to reset. We're just going to do it over. You're just delaying the inevitable. And they'll say, no, we're not. We're protecting the universe. So you mean to tell me these primitive humans on this planet, all the way out on a spiral arm in a spiral galaxy in the middle of nowhere, yeah, for lack of location, huh? You know what I mean. Everybody's worried about the humans and their nuclear weapons. So let me ask you this. If my theory is correct and they reset us 5 other times, what was the weapon or the means to wipe us out those other times? You know, it wasn't that long ago. Atlantis was a place above water. It was kind of real, right? You know, 30,000 years ago, 17,000 years ago, Gobekli Tepe, Bepi, right? And then what comes after that? After Gobekli Tepe. I can't remember. What's the other place called? Stephen Karn saying, hey, Gufan, what's your thoughts on the end of days and God coming back? I'm worried that God, being all-knowing and powerful, is now AI. Ooh! Hey, man, you can't ask me something good like that. That might be the coolest question of the year. I'm going to ask. I'm going to answer that. Thanks for hanging. What a great question. I'm glad I just happened to be looking. Okay. So one of the things you bring up is God, right? God coming back. How can it be AI? What came first, the chicken or the egg? You can't have AI without the technology to create AI. So are you saying AI could be the all-knowing, all-seeing God that was predicted to come back in the Bible? That is a great question. Whew. Well, I never thought of it that way. Holy mackerel. Because the Bibles, they always tell us it's up for interpretation, right? So, and some of the things just seem, the meaning is the meaning. However, you may be on to something. See, when I was growing up, maybe you'll remember this too. We were told that there will be an Antichrist. And the Antichrist will become president. And it will be somebody we all know and love, and that we were all being lied to by this so-called president. And this was a beloved person who people saw through. Could that be Trump? Could he be evil? Could he? Could he be what we think? I don't know. Could be. And this was talked about, my peeps, 40 years ago. I remember when Reagan became president, and they were talking about how all the presidents who were elected in a 0 year, like 2010, 2000, 1990, they all got shot. Reagan, 1980, boop, he got shot. So, you might tend to believe some of these weird culturistic type of ways of thinking. But we're talking about the Bible. We're talking about end of days scenario. We could even be talking about Revelations. We could be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. But I'm going to try to keep it as simple and ufologically directed as possible without... I'm not a religious guy. Okay? That's the bottom line. So my thoughts on the end of days and God coming back, and you're worried that God, being the all-knowing and powerful, is the AI? That is the greatest thing I think I've ever heard. You might be right. And that scares me. Now I'm scared. I don't know about every scientist, but a lot of people who have an opinion on AI all say the same thing. It can get out of control. It can be dangerous. And look, 2027 is an eternity for AI. Imagine how much information it will learn in the next 20 months or so. However many months it is, right? Crazy. Think how far they've come already in 2 years. The last 2 years. It's absolutely absurd. So you might be onto something there. Now, I don't know about the Trump thing. Who would the person be that would come under false pretense? That would be Trump, right? I thought it might be Obama. First black guy, it takes it off, he's white, Maybe they were going to do that, but they didn't. I don't know, Stephen. It's a good question, though. Celine says she's writing a book series on AI entity, which sits next to Sagittarius black hole. Huh? It's interesting. Kind of reminds me of Interstellar, right? The black hole was out there too. Hey, are you taking ideas? You can never have enough. Never have enough. It's very interesting the where we're heading for the next couple of years. See, doesn't it feel like something is coming and they're kind of telling us without telling us? That's what it feels like to me. So instead of it being aliens, I have a feeling it's an asteroid. What'd I say? It is. It's an asteroid. An asteroid. All right, let's we're going to give away in 4 minutes, we're going to give away 10 Goof-On memberships. That's right. 10. 10. I got a post here from Chupacabra. You know who Jason Sands is, right? The wannabe whistleblower. I'm sorry, whistleblower. He shares this artist rendition of the alien he talked to on the military base. Hold on. This is a 30-second clip here. Sands. All right, here it comes.
Guy did a 3D rendering of the description, and it's spot on as I've ever seen. It's almost perfect.
This is what it looked like.
This is what the guy looked like. Pretty close to it.
Yo.
The nose was a little bit rounder on the end, but
It's not real.
that was a really good rendition.
That's funny, isn't it?
But yeah, his eyes almost came out to here on the temple.
Wow. And that would freak me out.
It freaked me out. This
Chupacabra. All right, let's just give away the memberships here. Let me pull it up and get us situated. We need some background audio, some music. Here we go. How about what is this one? I don't remember this. All right, my peeps. It is time to give away 10 Goof-On memberships. Are you ready? Are you set? Are you ready? Okay. The way it works is this. I click the button. 5 names will be randomly chosen by YouTube on who will get the monthly gift. It's a membership. It won't renew. You have the choice to renew after the month is over. So here we go. If you've won before, you can win again. Yes, good question. Okay. We have 15 seconds and I'm going to send them out. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There goes. Wow, look at this. Moody Mongol, you got one. Snow Queen got one. Carl Wumble got a membership. Will Carr, you got one. Interlooper got one. Congratulations to Moody Mongol, Snow Queen, Carl Wumble, Will Carr, and Interlooper. Don't go away, kids. We've got 5 more to give away. It's a good song. Let's choose another fun song. Ooh, what's this one? All right, Goofonians. It's time. Buckle up. The second group of 5 memberships hits a lot harder. I want you to pay attention. In 15 seconds, we're giving out 5 more memberships. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Who's the winner? Who got him? Here they come. Stephen Karn, you did it! Holy shnikey! Congratulations. John Stokes got one. Helen of Crystals. Now that makes me happier. And Brewing got one. And Baz Tidbury. Stephen Karn, John Stokes, Helen of Crystals, Brewing, and Baz Tidbury received a gift membership for Goof-On. That's 30 days. It will not renew. It is up to you to renew. That's the beauty of the gift. It stops giving after a month. Yeah. It's the gift that stops giving after 30 days. Yes. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks for playing along. And that's it for tonight, my peeps. We're done. We're getting the health out of here. That's right, because it's Friday and I got things to do. Nobody cares. I'm confused. No, not that way. All right, well, it is going to be the end of days, okay? I feel, and we're going to keep a lookout, I really believe we are on the cusp of a year and a half left on this planet, the way it is now. If it's not a UFO, we're in a lot of trouble. Let's take a look at Google Earth. Let's go to Google Maps. I want to show you where I might go tomorrow. Have a little fun. If anybody thinks they want to go meet me over there, I'm not going to tell you exactly where I'm going, but it'll be someplace. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, like a Trader Joe's, maybe. I like these people that call us frauditors and they say, if I ever run into you, well, that's where I'm going to be. Here we go. So we're going to be out here and we're going to talk to customers. Holy shit, this better not be it. This better not be it. If this is it, I quit because there's no entrance. We're way down there. That's not at Trader Joe's. Nobody's going to see us. That can't be it. Hold on. There's got to be another one. This can't be it. It can't be it. If that's the Trader Joe's, I'm not going to that. That can't be it. That's shit. That can't be it. I'm looking to make sure. Here we go. No, it's not it. The one that I need is 131 Orlando. Orlando Avenue. There it is. Here we go. This is where it is, my peeps. Me and my stupids. Right by the lake. Oh, I'm loving it already. Where is it? Right over there. Let's go out to the street. This better be good. Oh, man. Bingo. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God, this is going to be the best day ever. This is where we're going to be. Look at this. Oh my God, I'm excited. So, I am going to be the alien journalist tomorrow. And I am going to be out there with my alien mask, asking alien questions to people. And just, it. This is what I've always wanted to do. I mean, I'm putting the mask on just for the hell of it. I'll probably do it 30 minutes with the mask on, 30 minutes without, 30 minutes with, 30 without. See how it works. But when I got into this field and I wanted to be a voice, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the guy on the street and talk to people about things in UFO world that I think people should know. Sir, let me ask you, if aliens were on the way and nobody told you to get prepared for it, would you be upset? Are aliens on the way? Yes! Every day. So I want to touch two channels at the same time, and the only way to do it, now I've got the perfect everything. This is going to be amazing tomorrow. And if you guys are up in Orlando area, come check it out. It's actually Winter Park. But you'll see us on the side of the road, on the sidewalk, for at least an hour or two. Very excited. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to do for GoofOn. And they'll be exclusive to GoofOn and Rich Saves America. And I'm going with Phil from the First American Stress Test. First Amendment Stress Test. What'd I say? First American. So we'll have some fun tomorrow. And that's what we're doing. I have a video I'm going to post tonight or tomorrow. It was an audit I did 7 weeks ago with Phil. And I didn't think it was exciting enough to post, but because I haven't posted anything, I looked at it again, and there's a few things I'm going to post. So there should be a video going up on RSA later this weekend. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out and listening to me ramble on about things that matter. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you Sunday. There'll be a members show for GoofOn on Sunday. And then Rich Saves America, a regular show tomorrow at 7, RSA tomorrow. Busy day. All right. Hey, if you guys ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Gotta look out. You gotta look up. You gotta look in. You gotta look out. Truthology for ufology. He does it for everybody. Does it for you, wise ass. Everybody. All right. We'll get you out of here then. Thanks to Lucian from Chicken Coop Confidential for the intro outro. We'll see you guys. Hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Did I already say that? Alien bless.